You need control of the ego. If you learn to control your ego, then you can control the influence that it has on your mind. If you're able to control the ego, you will be able to apply it in your favor of success. The ego has a way of creating an illusion, and many times that illusion will lead you to a dead end street. And once you get to that dead end street, you'll realize it was all a waste of time. It was actually meaningless to even make this decision based off the way I felt because of my ego. One thing that I do to control my ego is I sit in the mirror and I think of all the worst things that could be said to me, and I say them in my mind. Once I begin to do this, I pay attention to my thoughts and which direction they go in. And then I determine if they're conducive to my success or if they're working to destroy my success. You have to monitor these thoughts and pay close attention to them. But again, as I just said, I would sit there and I would just like in social media, the comments you receive from your peers, things they would say that would move you emotionally, that would tap into your ego. I take all the worst comments and I keep going through them until I master the control of my thoughts, the thoughts that tap into my ego and causes my ego to work against me. And then I go on to the other side because you need balance in anything you do. So I think of all the praise that I receive, all the good things that people say to me, and I repeat the process. Look at the thoughts that come into my mind, examine them closely, and determine if they'll be conducive to me or will they be a destroyer to my success. And the reason that I look at the positive things that people say to me in the same light as the negative thing is because the positive has a greater chance of creating an illusion and fooling you into believing this is the right thing and I'm doing the right thing and headed in the right direction. You have to know if those positive information that I'm receiving, am I now making my decision based off of the things that will make the individuals around me respond in the same way to receive their positivity? Or am I in control? And this is me saying these positive things to myself, doing these positive things for myself. Because if you're not making decisions based off of what will make you happy, then you're making decisions based off of what will make your friends happy, the community and society around you happy. And at that point, you just begin to work for them. You're no longer doing it for yourself and your success. At that point, you just become a puppet and they're pulling the strings for you to dance to their rhythm on stage while they watch you. And you have to realize that this is a dead end because once the show is over, they're going to drop the strings and the puppet will fall to the ground. Once the puppet falls to the ground, they're going to move on to the next show because for them, they're getting the joy out of the entertainment. And you, at that point, can no longer entertain them and bring joy into their life because you're flat on the ground, unable to produce in the manner that will satisfy them and bring them joy and happiness. So pay close attention to your ego. Don't allow it to be controlled by others. Because if you do, it's a greater chance that you end up back at square one when it was just you and you alone on your own. Left to pick up those strings and get back on stage and join back into the process again. Free me, D.